26 drivers take the starts. This is how they line up for the pre-final. Dian Pahal and Maximilian Eberhardt on an all-RCE front row. Austin Oman and James Roots go from the second row of the grid. Winner last time out in the pre-final at Lark Hall, Alfie Mayer, starts on row 3 alongside Arthur Farrow. Alfie Garrett and Max Jolly, they're on row 4.
Yeah, the social media superstar Max Jolly starting there on row 4. Benedictus Masioka, Sebastian Behrman, Lucian Smith and Joshua Cook on rows 5 and 6. George Clymer all the way from Cornwall on row 7 alongside India's Ansel Murray, Albert Farrow and Harris Barber.
Charlie Page and Harry Radcliffe go from row 9. Josh Hushka and Sebastian Crawford on row 10. George Swire and Logan Rolfe go from 11. Championship leader Luke Millward starts on row 12, has not had a good weekend so far at all, is joined by Buddy Hugo. Chloe McGill and Maria Roberto complete the 26 runners, and as we say, it is very, very tight. In terms of provisional scores, I reckon we've got 5 points covering Millward, Cook and Oman at the top of the table at the moment in Micromax. As we say, the championship leader is towards the back. Cook starts on row 6, Oman on row 3. Are we good for a start this time around?
No.
Yes, we are. We're going to go green. 12 minutes plus 1 lap are underway. Side by side into turn 1. Eberhardt trying to go around the outside. Has he got the grip? No, not quite. Good effort, though, from Eberhardt. Pahal retakes the lead. Owen up into second place. And there's a spin towards the back. Is that wise? Max Jolly, one of the Hunter Motorsports, going round. And Josh Cook. Josh Cook, second in the championship. To the bottom of the order then. Down the inside. Austin Oman takes the opportunity. The winner of the final, the trophy final last time out at Lark Hall, hits the front again, is driving with such confidence after that win at round number 2. Has the lead into Gasworks for the first time. It's going to be a good start as well for Arthur Farrow as Behrman's down the inside of James Roots for P4. As we come to expect in this category, Henry, in 2024, absolutely pulsating, manic start in Micromax.
Yes, indeed. Sadly, we lost the number 96 RCE entry of Ansel Murray. We saw him parked before the start, which is why I thought we may have had a false start. We also saw a full 360 on the grass from Max Jolly. For those of you on the live chat wondering, there's the Behrman name is there, Sebastian Behrman. That's Oliver Behrman and Thomas Behrman's cousin. Not brother, cousin. So and again, but a very fast family, even including dad. Ollie's dad David, who did a bit of racing back in the day, but probably the slowest member of the family by now. Anyway, there we go. Maria Roberto is up to 23rd. Chloe McGill is into the top 20, and our championship leader Luke Millward up 4 places to P19. And there's the number 19 Carter Sebastian Crawford going missing. They're all running wide down at Gasworks Hairpin, and James Root takes the lead.
Brilliant stuff from James Roots, but a long, long way to go. Alfie Mayer's on the attack after some great form in Scotland, has continued it here in the northeast of England. James Roots confirmed as your new race leader. Frantic gestures from the mechanics on driver's left as the field all go towards turn number 1. Through there goes the number 26 fighting, and Maximilian Eberhardt off the road there with the 26 of Harry Radcliffe. It's going to be another one of those races. You do not want to pick up any kind of time penalty in this one. We've seen that completely change the fortunes of drivers so far this weekend. There's Lucian Smith and the number 44 Jack's Motorsport machine fighting with George Clymer of Coles Racing in the number 83.
Really interesting, George Clymo, we say all the way from Cornwall, there he goes, but he's got some great sponsorship as Clymo. Hippo waste collection or Hippo bags, something like that, interesting sponsor. But again, not a sponsor that is, it's not his dad's company or anything like that. No, it's a sponsor who has thought, right, this British Championship, we get some good coverage, let's chuck a couple of quid at the driver that has to travel all the way from Cornwall for every round.
Yeah, and it does a brilliant job along the way. Alfie Garrett getting through there. Was at seventh place at the start of this lap, so that'll leave him past Alfie Mayer for 6th. Who else is coming up through the order? Buddy Hugo is up 8 spots so far in this race, into 16th. And George Swire, who was your Vera Tools driver of the day at Lark Hall. And reminder that the nominations will be live on the Instagram page for the British Kart Championships early in the week, and then you'll be able to vote for whoever you think should get the trophy for driver of the day here.
From the shortlist that we picked?
Yeah, from the accomplished judges.
The accomplished judges. Yes.
8 minutes of this one to go.
That's accomplished, spelt IDIOTS.
Yes.
Yes, that's the way. That's the
one. There's Austin Oman, third place at the moment, ahead of Sebastian Bebb. Could well be taking the championship lead with this drive at the moment, given the misfortune for Joshua Cook and for Luke Millwood. Where is Luke Millwood at the moment in the field? It's 20th, so he's moving forward, but not the kind of rate that he would want.
Yeah,
He's
just sort of caught the Synergy Factory cart of number 32, Logan Rolfe, who is down in 19th position. Buddy Hugo, the TWR entry. Let's have a little look. Here we go. Roots leads by just under 0.2 of a second over Pahal. Oman, Sebastian Behrman, and Arthur Farrow round out your top 5.
Should remind as well, as well as the Driver of the Day award, we have the Rear Tools Excellence Award as well. You can win a full set of Rear Tools, whole toolkit. That's for endeavour. That's for it could be a driver, it could be a mechanic, it could be a team, it could be anybody in the paddock who's shown real spirit to drive against adversity. I think we've already got one nomination from the previous race.
Well, yeah, Max Gilman's certainly there, but also think about mechanics that are about to rebuild broken go-karts, aka Daniel Sabula's dad as well. So again, these are things we're looking for, and so in the live chat, obviously there's a drive slightly different. We've got the Vera Tools Driver of the Day Award, which rewards the best driver, but Vera Tools have so generously given a full toolkit to the Endeavour Award, which is an award designed to celebrate some of the behind the scenes. Yeah, the mechanics have all sorts thrown at them, including the weather. And we're getting reports that there are spots of rain in the pit lane. The pit lane is the end of this straight, Conrod Straight. I wonder if we have a look. You can see some of the mechanics saying, slow down, it's raining, there's no grip.
Well, at the moment, the lap times are looking all right. Dean Pahal is on the attack, who saw Dean Pahal getting past Sebastian Behrman for third place through Gasworks on the previous tour of the circuit. And this is what we normally see from Dean Pahal, is down the inside. Arthur Farrow trying to find a way through past Sebastian Behrman there for fourth. Behrman, good defence around the outside, just held a lane's width open on the inside for Farrow to commit to, but not be able to carry the speed through that part of the circuit. 5.5 minutes to go. Well, this is a little bit of familiar territory for the Micromax drivers. They had this yesterday in one of their heats where the rain started to come down, and thankfully they had enough tyre temperature. It was the last 2 laps of it. They were able to keep things on the road. The difference now, 5 minutes, if the rain does start to come down a little bit harder, this could be very tricky indeed. And Owens down the inside takes the race lead away from James Roots. Brilliant stuff yet again into turn 1, getting the slipstream right. James Roots didn't defend it too hard, realising that if he could just hold himself in second place, this is not a bad spot to be in. There's still time to race back through, but here comes Pahal down the inside. Pahal takes second place, and now Roots has really got to get the elbows out to keep third, because Behrman's going to want a piece of the action as well. Maximilian Eberhard trying to come back into this is there in 6th, side by side, the number 12 and the 17. That's Harris Barber and Buddy Hugo fighting over 16th place. Behrman now down the inside of Roots, and Farrow gets both of them. Brilliant stuff from Arthur Farrow up to third. I think Eberhard also managed to sneak through. He's back into the top 5. Just over 4 minutes to go. This one is not done. Dean Pahal is now back on the rear bumper of Austin Oman and is going for the race lead. Side by side, Oman defends around the outside. They're still side by side as they go through Brian's Bend. Brilliant stuff again from both Oman and Pahal. They keep those positions going into St. John's. We've still got another 4 minutes of this, Henry. This is absolutely brilliant.
We've still got another 4 minutes of a race that only decides the starting grid for the main event itself, if you can believe that. There's Maximilian Eberhard now moving past. The 47. Alfie Garrett goes off out of the top 6. So we've got Pahal. And there's the number 24 card of Arthur Farrow to the inside of Oman at Gasworks. New leader, number 24, Dan Holland Racing's Arthur Pharaoh, Abrahart, Pahal, Harry Radcliffe now moves into the top 5 ahead of Roots. Behrman in the number 37 cart has made good progress as well. They're 3 wide. Crossline. Tyre smoke as the 44 and the 16 come together. That was Benedictus Masiokas and Lucian Smith getting just a little bit too close for comfort.
Yeah, that was all over 9th place. Best results in the pre-final. Oh, it's off the road is Abrahart. Abrahart takes to a little bit of rallycross, gets back on the circuit, but I think lost at least 1 position in all of that. Well, the best result for Arthur Pharaoh so far this season in a pre-final is 3rd. He got that back at the start of the season at PF International. Could he beat that here in this one? He and Austin Oman are clear from the rest of the field, the top 2. Abrahart fighting back. That's down the inside for another position. Back up into, I think, 4th place. Yes, past Harry Radcliffe in the number 26. George Climo is up into 6th place. Hearing reports as well that it's starting to cool out there as well. Is the rain on its way with a bit of vengeance? 2.25 minutes to go. Pharaoh and Oman need to work together now for the next, I'd say, 2 laps to break away fully from Dian Pahal. Dian Pahal less than a second off the race lead as they head into Senna 1 once again. Plus 5-second penalty for the number 17. That's Buddy Hugo, who's currently in 16th place.
What I've noticed as well, so cast your mind back to the opening lap, we had the O-Plate winner, Joshua Cook, and Max Jolly both spinning and dropping to last. As there's a change, side by side, Pharaoh, Oman in the grass, great kart control. Pahal tries to go around the outside to pick up 2nd. Pharaoh squeezing Austin Oman and just leaving him about half a kart length, and Oman bouncing across the curb sideways remains in 2nd. Going back, we saw Cook and Jolly spinning on the opening lap. They have both recovered from the back of the field to 12th and 13th places respectively, and crucially they have both driven, caught, passed and driven away from erstwhile championship leader Luke Millward, who is not having a great weekend as Pahal now tries for 2nd. Abrahart behind them makes the move on his teammate Pahal, so Abrahart to 3rd now. Pahal went for 2nd, ends up in 4th. 50 seconds to go.
It's still not decided yet, Arthur Pharaoh. This could be one of the most important laps of the season. As round goes Harry Radcliffe. Harry Radcliffe spins at Gasworks. Was he encouraged? Was there a bit of physicals there on corner entry? Couldn't quite tell from our position here in the box, but the result is that Harry Radcliffe drops all the way down, out of the top 6, out of the top 15. A real shame for a driver who'd flown through the field. He's back to pretty much where he started. 2 laps to go. Chase pack of Oman, Abrahart, Pahal and Behrman, they've got to work together, Henry, on this lap. If they're going to work, we've got to catch up to Arthur Pharaoh.
Yes.
And they are doing right now, but it's one little move will give this race to DHR and Arthur Pharaoh.
Exactly. The clock strikes 0. Next time round, Arthur Pharaoh, who has been given a warning flag for that move on Austin Oman, but no in-race penalty as things stand. There will be 1 lap to go next time by. There goes Maximilian Abrahart, and there is the 37 of Behrman trying to follow him through against Pahal and Oman. Oman now running in 3rd position, maybe Pahal 4th, Behrman in 5th. We start the final lap, and this battle for 2nd has allowed Pharaoh to clear off. Pharaoh has got this one in the bag. Who is going to be P2? Will it be the 61 of Abrahart, the 11 of Oman, the 23 of Pahal, or maybe even the 37 of Behrman, who's got a little bit of work to do? And George Climo has moved away all the way up into P6 in the number 83 Coles Racing entry.
Change for 3rd place. Dian Pahal has got past Austin Oman through Senna 1. Is there any chance for Abrahart and the rest of them to catch? Pharaoh checks over the shoulder to see that there's no one there. He can run through Gasworks absolutely fine. Oh, plus 5-second penalty for George Climo, which undoes all of the hard work in the number 83 so far in this race. But it's going to be Arthur Pharaoh's pre-final. For the first time this season, he takes a pre-final. It's his 2nd full haul of points in 2024. Pharaoh wins it by 0.7 ahead of Abrahart. Dean Bahal scores well again there with third, Austin Owen in fourth, and Sebastian Behrman completes the top 5.
Indeed. Excellent race. You know, sometimes the kids play a little bit rough, but generally very, very good. And they go through the weighbridge, they check up. There's the iridium visor. That's on the number 11 of Austin Oman, and there's the shaking of the hands, which is what you want to see between Abrahat and Pharaoh. Further down the order, so George Climo, that penalty will drop him all the way back, sadly, to 22nd place. So, Pharaoh, Abrahat, Pahal, Oman, Behrman, top 5 on the road. Then it was Climo, 6th on the road, followed by Roots, Jolly, Charlie Page, and Benedictus Masiokas. Alfie Garrett, after his spin, recovers to 11th. The Lucian Smith, the Jax Motorsport driver who we saw trading rubber with Benedictus Masiokas, he finishes 12th. Alfie Mayer, championship leader, coming into that race, Luke Millward, salvaging 14th position.
15th place for Joshua Cook. Harry Radcliffe with that moment at Gasworks in the end finishes P16. Josh Hushka 17th ahead of Harris Barber. Chloe McGill into the top 20. A top 20 completed by Buddy Hugo on the road. Maria Roberto, Albert Farrow, Logan Rolfe, George Swire and Sebastian Crawford will all have work to do in the final in the top 25. One non-starter being Ansel Murray.
And you know something that what I do like is, of course, you know, the great thing that we talk about, the warm welcome we always receive when we come up to the People's Republic of Thailand, but also with the Hunter Motorsport team based here, there are